So, I'm supposed to talk about finding myself, but honestly, I still don't even really know who I am.
The night gets heavy, shadows start to crawl, but your arms are steady, they don't let me fall. Every fear I'm holding slowly fades away when I hear your heartbeat. I know I'm okay. I'm safe with you, wrapped in your embrace. Every broken piece finds its rightful place.
When I first started this channel, I had every intention of it just being like a fitness journey kind of thing, following my weight loss journey, and I mean, I'm still gonna do that.
You don't rush me. If I'm quiet, you don't leave. You just breathe the same slow rhythm till my heart remembers these. Every part of me you welcome, even parts I once outgrew. I don't have to earn your patience just by being. I'm enough for you. I feel safe with you, like I finally found my room in this big white house. You see it straight through every shaky little fear that I don't talk about in the dark.
Okay, so it has been just about 3 months since I've started my weight loss journey, and I have borrowed a scale. So I'm actually going to weigh myself since I haven't been tracking any of that. So let's go. Moment of truth. Holy shit. I'm not mad at that. That is 34 pounds. Okay. You always see these videos online about I was broke and now I make 7 figures a year, or like I was 500 pounds and now I weigh 120. Just these success stories. And they're great. I love watching them. They're motivational, inspirational, all that good stuff. But you never see anybody at the before stage. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't know where this channel is going to go. Still don't know where life is going to go for me. I step into the unknown every day, just taking it one day at a time, trying to figure it all out. But anyway, I guess I want to show the process, the before, before the money, before the body, before the success. And I want to film the process of me trying to achieve that. And what success looks like to me is it's a concept I'm still forming. Now, somebody may be watching this and thinking like, wow, you still don't know who you are, where you want to be. But because of the life I had, because of my life experiences, I never had the opportunity to stop and figure out who I was. And that's neither here nor there. But my point is, it was only maybe 3 or 4 years ago that I finally got into a space for the first time in my life where I felt safe enough to slow down. I was always going busy, trying to make sure the world around me didn't fall apart. But I finally got to a place in my life where I was able to slow down and look at the world around me. And I very quickly realized that I didn't like any of it. That's when everything started to change. That's when I started on a healing journey, a self-reflection journey, and trying to get to know myself. You would think that after years of deep reflection and hours and hours and hours of meditation, that I would have a more solid understanding of who I am. But see, the thing is, I spent years focused on releasing the person who I thought I was so that I can begin building my identity around who I actually am. I've gotten to the point now where I've released enough, I've healed enough to start rebuilding that identity. I want to be the woman who is working out 5 days a week and super healthy and has all her shit together. And honestly, I don't know if I'll ever get there, because I've also realized that my path is not meant to be what we'll call normal, I guess. It never was, and I have accepted the fact that it probably never will be. But what is normal anyway? So because of that, I don't really know how to define what I want out of life, because I've never had the opportunities to explore any of those things. It's always been about work, kids, responsibilities. And after 30 years of trying to build something and just having it collapse from under you just over and over and over again, I was just never able to find my footing. I was never able to be secure enough to just figure out who I am, what I want out of life. I had no idea the way the universe actually worked. And it's unrealistic to think that after 30 years of stumbling through life, that I would have anything figured out within a year or two. I am fully aware that this is a puzzle that I will be piecing together for the rest of my life. And I'm okay with that. I'm actually excited about what life has in store for me. And that's something I've never been able to say before. Because even though I don't have an exact idea of where I'm headed, where this channel's headed, all I know is that everything's different now. I can feel the good things coming. Even though I may not know fully who I am at this moment, I know that I've changed. And because of that, my life is changing also. Yeah, so like I said, I spent years just releasing old habits, old beliefs, my old identity. And I finally got to a place where I felt completely empty in the best way possible. And that's when this channel kind of came about. I was actually starting to write a book about my life experiences, and I was thinking about how I was going to end the book, and I was like, well, it ain't gonna be here. It ain't gonna be where I am right now. I want a happy ending to my story. And while where I am is okay, it's a lot better than where I started out at. It's not the happy ending I'm looking for. It's not where I see my story ending. So I chose to start something that would lead me to that happy ending, something that I could say, and she lived a happily ever after. And then I was like, well, if I'm going to go through this process, I might as well film myself so that I can be able to look back on it and remember what happened when and how and all that stuff. And I mean, shit, if I'm going to film it, I might as well put it on YouTube. So here we are. And I know that right now my videos kind of suck. I'm horrible at filming, editing, all of it. I've never been like a picture kind of person. So this is another completely new identity shift for me. I'm a vlogger now. I feel extremely awkward talking to the camera in front of other people. So, and I'm never alone. I hardly ever get any time completely to myself. So that's not a great combination for producing videos, but here we are. And that's kind of what this is about, is like being in that discomfort and pushing through it to grow as a person. So I'm trying to get comfortable with the whole, recording in front of other people. I'm perfectly fine talking to the camera, which really shocked me. I really thought I would be extremely nervous, extremely awkward. The actual talking part has been fine. It doesn't bother me at all. What bothers me is when other people are around and they can hear me. That's what bothers me. But I have set the intention to do better, to get better, to be better, to grow as a vlogger, a YouTuber. But the most important thing for me is staying in my authenticity. I don't want a camera or an audience to deter me from my ultimate goals. I'm not going to live in a pretend world on camera. So therefore, my views and stuff, I mean, I'm perfectly fine just doing this for myself. But if anybody ever does see this, you're completely welcome to watch. I'm happy you're here. I say way too much. I realize that. Something I gotta work on. Another self-improvement topic. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk too long. I just kind of wanted to check in, let y'all know how it's going, and just to say we are all in a never-ending process of finding ourselves. We are all ever changing, ever evolving. And for some of us, it might be a little more obvious than others. I'm one of those people who I shift and change constantly. Something I hate today, I might love tomorrow, and vice versa. So I'm doing my best to just go with the flow and be at peace with this ever-changing, ever-evolving life. I'm learning to find joy in all of the little things, even some of the things that aren't so enjoyable. Again, that's part of the process of finding myself. It's exploring and being open to things that might be a little uncomfortable. But okay, that's all I'm gonna say for now. I'm sure I'll have plenty more to say in future videos. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you for being here. Please subscribe, like, comment, and with love from my heart to yours. Until next time.